She came and the gate man turned her back. Oga said, make her no open gate. Really? And I would ask, if the red flags were very obvious and flagging high, why did you continue with that relationship into marriage and you want him to change overnight? Tada! Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your very first video of me, hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Naya. Good to have you here. And we're back with another situationship gist today. Once again, this saying proves itself to be very true, which is that women can make excellent life decisions about career, business, money, name it. But when it comes to matters of the opposite gender, our decisions are not as smart.
Not be juju be that.
We need the intervention of God in this matter. But then, if only we can be as logical and as objective as we are in doing other things, then I don't think we'll always have to find ourselves in this situation. While you're watching, you may want to click on that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up on this video, and leave your thoughts and comments in the subscribe. Leave your thoughts and experiences in the comment section, and we'll be back. I mentioned earlier that if only we can be as objective and logical, then we always will not find ourselves in this situation. If we would truthfully keep our sentiments aside and answer these questions, is this situation or is this relationship really good for me? Is this situation healthy? Is it in line with my values, with my dreams, with my purpose, and my aspirations? If only we would truthfully answer these questions without bias, then we would have taken steps in journeying on the path of peace of mind. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying this because just a few days ago, we confirmed a crack in the marriage of Israel and his wife. If you do not know, Israel is, let me just say, a staff of Davido. He works with Davido. What he works as is unclear. So, their marriage took place in October of 2020, and this is November 2023. So, this is just about a year and a few more days, if I'm correct. These rumors started up earlier, but they were unconfirmed. But just a few days ago, we could confirm it because of their online actions recently. This period is actually supposed to be their 1 year anniversary. And instead of them to be celebrating, making merry, and receiving congratulations from left, right, and center, we are here discussing the situation of their marriage. Going through his wife's rant on Instagram, you would find out that most of the things she was complaining about were things that were already obvious and visible in the dating and relationship stage. And if we want to be truthful enough, we would agree that some of her complaints were very valid. But the thing is, they were coming at the wrong time. You knew that this person was this way, you did nothing about it. Or let me assume that she even tried to talk to him. What steps did he take towards what you had said that made you think that it was safe enough to go ahead? If this person did not change, if this person is not willing to change, why go ahead and marry him and then try to change him after the marriage? This complaint would have been okay if maybe there was a clear intent to deceive on the part of the husband. Let's say he had a valid marriage somewhere else, or he had children that he didn't disclose, or he was untruthful about his sexual orientation, and the likes. Then we can say these are things that she didn't know about before going into the marriage. Marriage means acceptance. I'll go through a few of the things that she has posted and let's see what's in them. Now she says, I was going to keep my reserve on this, but as it is, I see no reason to. Did I see signs before the wedding? Yes, I did. She's even being very truthful enough to say that she saw the signs. Because a lot of women will claim that they didn't when they did. Maybe people were even trying to talk to them about it. But you know, when it has to do with matters of the heart, you advise with caution. Because if you like, go and say everything that's on your mind. And they will use you to hold their family or relationship meetings and you will become an enemy of the family. So when you're advising, talk with half of your mouth and leave some of the things unsaid. Because the funny thing is, there is nothing really that you want to say that that person doesn't know. But maybe they just have not chosen to accept it. So you're just making them see reasons why, but they already know what you were saying. Did I see the signs before the wedding? Yes, I did. One of the reasons was because of the rush on the wedding, even after I said we should give it time. He came up with a lot of excuses and threats. Now I'm trying to understand that. Are you saying one of the reasons you did nothing about the signs you saw was because the wedding was being rushed? Or you're saying that one of the signs was that the wedding was rushed? I really can't lay my hands on that. But then, if you're not ready, how can you be rushed into a marriage? A marriage happens only with your consent. So, how can you be rushed and threatened into marriage? That alone is a problem. Most of the things he did regarding the wedding was without my consent, down to the invitation card. I can even guess that it was already printed and distributed, and then maybe she was giving like some 20 or 30 to give to her friends and family. And then the kind of wedding it was, maybe it was very elaborate because of the kind of person he was. She didn't want something like that. But to an extent, I want to believe that she knew what she signed up for. The wedding day passed. Now, see us see marriage. He started showing up as his real self in full. He will be traveling and ask me not to put on the gem, not to go anywhere. Don't do this, don't do that. Not to put on the gem? Ah. Anyways, another thing that struck me was she said after the wedding, the money that was sprayed, monies that were gifted, and all that, he didn't even say, "Oh, my dearest wife, we got 5 million from the wedding. Okay, so are we putting it into the car we want to buy? Or are we using it to pay the rent for next year? Or are we putting it into this business?" Like, even if you're not bringing the money to give her some of it or give her all, because when I went through some of these posts, some women are saying, sharing wedding money. My husband had nothing to do with the money that was spent. But then I think that works according to how the marriage is. Some people use that money to offset some of the expenses for the wedding and save it for something, or at least a family project that you both are aware of. At least you're telling her or you're consulting with her, "Oh, what are we doing with this? I think we should do this. What do you think?" The man just pocketed his money and told her, "Madam, come out I." Of course, he was the one who brought majority of the people who were at the wedding. All the celebrities came. So he was entitled to everything that was sprayed at that wedding. And then you will see from one of the screenshots she posted, wedding was in October. In November, he was already locking her out of the house. This is a new wife. That is to tell you their relationship didn't just start being that toxic and deteriorating after the marriage. It started before the wedding. You can see that in November, he locked her out of the house. She went to the salon and he said, "Where did you go to? This. Don't come back to my house." She came and the gate man turned her back. Oga said, "Make I no open gates." Really? The end point is that all these signs were very visible before the marriage. But she just decided to do nothing with that information. Either she was quiet because of his affiliation with Davido. She was like, "I'm marrying somebody who is close to celebrity." So she just didn't mind anything he likes, let him do to me. I did here. Or she was either lying to herself or was in denial. It's not that serious. Maybe, it will change. Yes, it's not as if it's one big deal. It's just one small thing like that. We know how to give excuses for men. Anyways, she went ahead and here we are. Now, I would say, dear women and men alike, you must not date or marry anybody who loves you or who says they love you. You must not date or marry anybody who you think you love. That is not just enough. Because beyond the feeling of love, love is a commitment. And are you ready to be committed to the growth and happiness of this person? Is that person also ready to be committed to your growth and to your happiness? Are the two of you compatible? Can the two of you hold conversations and you come out of that conversation and you feel good about it? Are the two of you friends enough? Can the two of you communicate? Can you be vulnerable with one another? Are you on the same IQ range? Because not when you're talking about ABC, the person is talking about XYZ. It means that for almost everything that you have to talk about, you'd always be frustrated because your line of thinking is not the same with this person's line of thinking. It may not mean anything immediately, but in the long run, when you have to talk about important things, when you have to talk about hard decisions, difficult hurdles, would you be on the same page? Are you both respectful and compassionate with one another? Do you put each other first? Even if you don't put each other first, do you put each other a close second? Do you even have regard for yourselves? Now, I'm not talking about what you feel for the next person. No, I am talking about what you feel for yourselves. Because if it is one sided, the relationship is just empty, it has no foundation. No matter how tall, dark, handsome, and broad chested a guy is, or how fair, pretty, and curvy a woman is, if these things are not in place and if they are not adequately reciprocated, then that marriage or relationship is just bound to crumble like a pack of cards. In all of this, I would like you to remember that love is not enough to make a marriage work. You need respect, you need compassion, you need adequate communication, you need to have shared values, and with all of this, you need to have the right timing. With these few things I've said, I would say they will. Bye.